and welcome to our 10th annual Crescent Cove Pediatric Palliative Care Symposium. We are so happy you're here on behalf of all of us with Crescent Cove. My name is Katie Linden-Felser. I'm one of the founders, and I'm so honored to introduce you, if you haven't already met, our beloved new Executive Director, Mary Gash. And I'll let Mary introduce herself. We have some logistical things to share with you about the day. First of all, you made it here, and we're here together at 9 o'clock on Friday. Well done, everybody. And of course, there's plenty of coffee and waters and drinks and pastries in the back. A lot of them made with love by our new food manager, Hannah, who had to take off after delivering, and many volunteers and staff help, and kids help too. But here's Mary to welcome you as well.
Welcome, everyone, and I'm just so thrilled to be here with you today and honored to be part of this work with all of you. So thanks for taking your day to come and spend with us. And if you haven't connected with me yet, I would love to connect with you and have a cup of coffee and get to know you a little bit better and hear about how you are a champion for this work. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Mary. We're so happy you're here. And many of you are familiar with Crescent Cove. And if you aren't, we just want to share briefly, our mission is to offer care and support to children and young adults who have a shortened life expectancy and to their families who love them. And many of you are here, families who love them. And we welcome you and are so happy you're here. Some of you, Natalie said, it's like a family reunion. Janelle said, it's like going to my favorite conference. And some of you are here, however, for the first time. And we hope you leave with the same love in your heart and new relationships building as they started 10 years ago. Because I think you all met 10 years ago, and Jeannie also, Goodspeed. So thank you so much. We have this most beautiful, joy-filled, loving home in Brooklyn Center, only the third in the country. Now there's a fourth, but we're the third respite and hospice home for children. A little detail about the CMEs. For those of you who are physicians, you may already know, and we thank Joshua Walton with Gillette Children's, who has been sponsoring our CEUs and CMEs for 10 years. But you need to be sure to sign and fill out the physician verification form as we get started in order to get all the credits. It's 5 hours when you're here for the whole day today. And at the end of the day, we'll have a QR code on the screen for you to take a picture, and it brings you right to an evaluation. And upon completing the evaluation, you'll get your certificate of attendance if you need your time here to be utilized towards continued education credits. He'll send a link to the evaluation on Monday, and then again the following Monday, and then it'll be after that you'll get the confirmation and certificate of attendance for being here. So thank you again to Joshua. And some of our friends aren't with us who would love to be. We're so grateful to the team Puke Rainbow. I love their tagline. And they are here taking video for the whole day. So please, Erica reminded me, thank you, they're going to be going around the room taking footage. It's tempting to be like, hi! We won't be on TV, but it's kind of background footage and so forth. The speakers are all being recorded, and then we're going to be sharing that with many other people who weren't able to join us in person. This is our second year being back in person since the pandemic. So we're so happy to be all together, and even more than last year. I think that's it as far as the recording. The discussion and the table discussions won't be recorded this year. However, we will be walking around during that time with microphones, so when we ask questions or offer comments, people are able to hear us, even though those won't be on the video. And we thank Sunrise Banks. Their team has been outstanding, and they donate this space to us. We bank with them. They've been so generous to us, as well as Gillette Children's, of course. And then I just want to point out, in case you want to meet our staff while you're here and you think, who's on the team at Crescent Cove? What's it like to work there? I might want to work at Crescent Cove. Would you all stand if you're our nurses at Crescent Cove? And care coordinator nurses and educator. And we have Erica, Gina, Allie, and Andrea, and Catherine, our director of nursing. And thank you so much, and Jackie, thank you. And some of you are here from PHS who worked with Becky. And then if you're on our administrative team, will you please stand, because you played such a role in making sure all the details of this day were handled. Please stand with, pride and joy. All right, Jeff, thank you. Thank you, Jeff. And in the back, Sarah Williams and Scovia, handling HR and also office admin, many tasks. So thank you for everything you've done, going back and forth to bring all the things that we needed for today. Jenny is unable to be with us today, but Josh is outside, or is he? Oh, here's Josh. Thank you, Josh. So thank you so much, Josh. So if you have questions from that perspective, logistics today and or about Crescent Cove, please see any one of us, Mary and I too. Is there anyone else here? Pam, sorry, our social worker. I said our nurses and not our clinicians. And Katie, our volunteer coordinator, who, are in the gap between clinicians and administrative team. Katie, our volunteer coordinator, please stand. Pam, our social worker, please stand. And Annalisa, our child experience specialist, please stand. The most important roles, yes. And now I'll have them speak. All right, and now we want to thank our beloved Ted Bowman, who has been our moderator for this symposium, making it, as you know, those of you who've been here for any of the years of the 10, such a special and meaningful gathering. We set out with a symposium years before our hospice and respite home opened because we were fundraising in the community. We were talking with clinicians, business leaders, foundations, so many people who had never heard of pediatric palliative care and realized so much of our work is around advocacy, familiarity, so that families have a voice and can share what their needs are. And this symposium was designed not to be talking about the newest, greatest dosages of medication and pain management, but from an emotional and spiritual perspective. And every single year, that has been the focus and the goal. And that's why we all leave feeling so filled. You're going to hear from our beautiful speakers today. Thank you, Josie and Dr. Lon, and also Josie and Lois and Dr. Lon for speaking today from your hearts. So you'll hear from them in a little while. We want to thank Ted. Do you want to say anything else?
Well, just what a wonder it has been to get to know so many of you, but extra especially Ted, because your work, your tireless work is what has brought us all together in this room, Ted, and it's very much an honor to work with you, and thank you so much for 10 beautiful years of this work.
We have this plaque that was made for you, Ted, called The Peace of the Wild Things. It's a poem that's hung at Crescent Cove right next to the art wall that you've all seen, and with a leaf from Crescent Cove and a feather. And so this is a gift to you, if I could just read it to you, The Peace of the Wild Things. When despair for the world grows in me, and I wake in the night at the least sound in fear of what my life and my children's lives may be, I go and lie down where the wood drake rests in its beauty on the water and the great heron feeds. I come into the peace of the wild things who do not tax their lives with forethought of grief. I come into the presence of still water, and I feel above me the day-blind stars waiting with their light. For a time, I rest in the grace of the world, and I am free.